Hello everyone! The other day I came across a tweet by Jeddah TV who suggests that our Xal'atath is crossing the time ways, all the way to different game modes for World of Warcraft, and I honestly love the idea so much. I've been talking about it with guildies, with people I've been pugging with Warsong Gulch, we've been talking about it on our Discord, so I figured, you know what, if I'm going to be playing that much of Season of Discovery, I might as well sit down and explain what is going on and how it might relate to the war within.
Imagine this machinery infused with our power. Interesting.
So, we all know about Xal'atath, right? No? Okay, well, quick refresher. She's a being connected to the Void, whose origins are a little bit up in the air. Are they a former old god? Are they a dark spirit? Maybe a piece of Azeroth itself? We're not exactly sure where she came from or what she was before. What we do know is that she ended up as a blade. The blade of the Black Empire, popping up throughout the history of Warcraft, similar to the One Ring from Lord of the Rings, providing darkness and power to those that she, what I presume, found worthy of furthering her true plans, until the time came to abandon them and move on to better things. All the while flowing through Azeroth's history, until she found the greatest wielder of all, our Shadow Priest, during the Expansion Legion. It was like having your bestest buddy with you. All the while they're dropping cryptic whispers and talking about how the Titans are liars, how the Black Empire was so much better. Anyone and everyone would fall to the Shadow until the end of the expansion, where Sargeras stabbed Azeroth and we had to cleanse the corruption from the sword. That's how we gave up our artifacts, Xal'atath included. But not the end of her tale. She would show up again in the very next expansion, Battle for Azeroth, where the blade somehow left our inventory, and the entity within became separated. Again, we have no idea what she used to look like, but the elf form that she now takes, that's a body inhabited by the entity within the blade, not her original body. Once separated, Xal'atath would bow out and remove herself from the stage, whereas the blade itself would play an interesting part of betrayal and intrigue. Horde players brought the blade to the war chief Sylvanas Windrunner. Sylvanas was secretly in talks with Queen Azura. Navanos was ordered to deliver the blade to the Queen of the Naga. In turn, she would drown and murder anyone opposing Sylvanas' true plans. While pretending to be N'Zoth's ally, Azura was actually working on betraying the old god, finishing him once and for all after releasing him from his prison. Now, she did manage to break his bonds, but that killing part didn't work out. Instead, she was captured and tortured for her devious plans, but somehow she was able to keep the blade within her possession. We showed up, saved the queen, and took the blade, letting her walk away for some reason, while focusing on our mission of taking care of N'Zoth. The Black Dragon Rephion used the blade to cut open the way, and while speculation-wise, people are wondering if N'Zoth might have known what was coming, might have planted himself in the blade. Personally, I always wondered that if he could predict he was going to lose, if he had knowledge of the future, then why couldn't he plan himself victorious? Not to mention that in the cutscene itself, it seems to me like the blade is destroyed. Either way, the blade's fate is anyone's guess. What we do know is that Xal'atath is still out there, hard at work doing whatever it is that she wants to accomplish.
She is now the harbinger of a new era of the Void's dark machinations, and her message is clear. The Black Empire has fallen. The old gods are dead, and their ancient blood runs deep within the cracks of the world. We, the heroes of Azeroth, destroyed them. The forces of the Horde and the Alliance have proven time and again they are among the most powerful armies that have ever stood. The Harbinger has watched this. She is patient. And while the Black Empire failed, Xal'atath now seeks to set in motion the rise of a new dark legacy, one that knows our true strength and will seek to test it against a new threat of terrible power, the Nerubians of Azj-Kahet.
And deep within the city itself, the Nerubians are gathering an odd substance, the black blood of the old gods, for some unknown purpose. But I'm sure that's fine.
Back to the tweet from Jeddah. So Xal'atath is hopping through time, collecting the essences of all the old gods. Battle for Azeroth Adventures had her deal with N'Zoth, including the dagger. Dawn of the Infinites got her the essence of Yogg-Saron. In Dragonflight, we see Iridacron suck out some sort of essence from the corpse of Galagrond. Galagrond's corruption has been said to come from the old god Yogg-Saron. Yashirash is connected to the Dark Hearts. On the development roadmap, we can see that spring of 2024, they've got a patch 10.2.7 called the Dark Hearts. By this time, the War Within Alpha has already started, so spoilers are going to be flying around. But timeline-wise, story-wise, we're still walking towards the War Within actually releasing. In this patch, we see time-running Pandemonium and Harbinger quests. Back in Mr. Pandaria, we discovered that when the Titans ripped out the old god Yashirash, they not only learned that the old gods had rooted themselves so deeply that just ripping them out was not going to be an option. It would do too much damage to the Titan soul within. They also had bits and pieces of his body fall back onto the planet. That is the source of the Shah, and its biggest part, its heart, was locked away beneath the land of Pandaria until it was discovered by the goblins, Garrosh, and the Horde. The war chief was then fed visions of a promised glorious destiny. After reinvigorating the heart with the life-giving waters from the Veil, Garrosh went on to absorb its essence completely until the heart was gone and the war chief was defeated. From that, you would say, well, no more Yashirash essence, but who knows what else is hidden beneath the land? Who knows what corruption was left behind in those waters? Who knows where Gorhal is? And perhaps we could use his void counterpart, Xal'atath, desecrated image of Gorhal. Xal'atath. Might be something there. Point being, there are ways of having a bit of Yashirash re-emerge. That said, we now also have a cutscene in which they mention the Dark Hearts.
That war is over, Eridikron. It was you who abandoned our cause, who abandoned Farak to his own destruction. All for some trinket Neltharion left behind.
The Dark Heart is no mere trinket. Its power now lies in the Harbinger's hands.
The Void cannot be trusted.
I trust its hunger. You know the Titans infected our world, and I will see them extinguished. The question is, sister, will you?
I will have no part of this.
Then the bond of the incarnates is truly ended. You will not see me again until the Titans face their reckoning. But to you, Viranath, I offer one final warning. Stay out of my way.
So the Dark Heart refers to that trinket that they've been using to suck out the essence from Galagrond. A trinket which they found way early in the expansion on the Forbidden Reach.
It is here. Neltharion's betrayal shattered their unity, left fissures in their hearts. Yet the pain he inflicted was only the beginning.
Aberrus. His hidden laboratory.
One last secret, deep within the earth.
The location of Aberrus must lie within this vessel. I will decipher its knowledge.
What use are Neltharion's twisted experiments to us?
The laboratory itself is of no consequence.
It was already a bit odd back then that the Incarnates would know of Neltharion's secrets like this. It's not like they were exactly friends during the time that he built up his laboratory. And as we know, Neltharion loved to keep his secrets. But what if Iridikron and Xal'atath were already in league with each other from the moment he got out of his prison? Then it would be she who gave them this information. It would have been the influence of the old gods that created this Dark Heart trinket, hidden away by Deathwing.
Have you ever questioned why the Titans preserve this timeline?
And then that final essence, that would be of the old god Kafun back in Classic. And that is the part that I really love, because it connects the Season of Discovery to the main storyline in retail, but not in a way that massively changes history. It's more like a small Easter egg, a small connection. In Season 1, max level sits at level 25. Black Venom Deeps are becoming raid, and for some classes, the best in slot item is crafted through a quest chain. For me, I made some leather gloves for my druids, which meant a questline which first had to pick me up an elixir of coalesced regrets. Alchemists can make this after picking up the recipe, which allows its user to speak with the corpse of an individual with unfinished business within the mortal world. Within Ashenvale, near Black Venom Deeps, we find that individual, a crafter, just like ourselves, once part of the Twilight's Hammer, who earned themselves quite the rank, crafting marvelous gear for Keldus and his forces. I made things, weapon, armor, but then something terrible. She, in my dreams, she showed me how. The voice in your mind seems to shrink fearfully. She showed me how. I made it for her, but she, oh, Earth Mother, what have I done? It was hard work, but he had all that he needed. Able to perform his craft. It wasn't exactly good, but it was enough. Until she came, visiting in his dreams, showing him the box. It changed things, made them better, stronger, such wonders. But the box, it was hungry. No idea the cost. At first it was just beasts, old ones, lame ones, not enough. Then novices, the ones we knew wouldn't make it, wouldn't find a place in the coven. It consumed, it created, the hunger only grew. The wonders we created, though, incredible. Eventually the creations, they too became hungry. Such power and horror, I knew too far. I was so afraid. I didn't know what to do. I had to do something. Stop it. He didn't yet know. The sleepwalker, such power. If he had it, he would. An army. Invincible, terrible, no emotion, just hate and rage and hunger.
Dust to dust!
I tried to destroy it, but it was beyond my ability, so I casted away the crushing darkness. Somewhere I knew he couldn't reach. Only the beast, Serrakis, could go there. I fled, or I tried. They found me, chased me. I fought them off, I think, ran until here. So tired, so cold. Just needed to rest, just for a moment. No time. You must finish it. Find it, the box, somehow. It won't stay lost, not forever. He can't be allowed to find it. I think I understand, but if you couldn't destroy it, how can I? The opposite of the void. The opposing force. Light. Hope. I'm sorry. Such a burden. Oh, I feel I'm slipping away now. The darkness. Danger. The beast. Serrakis. May be the key. The voice in your mind trills off and is gone. You are alone once again. So within Black Venom Deeps, there is a box. But a box that we can't reach, since it's in the crushing darkness. And only the beast Serrakis could have gone down there. In our timeline, Serrakis was driven from the ruins by the Guardian of the Deep. But in Season of Discovery, the beastie's been devoured. There's something otherworldly about this creature's scales, as they seem to shimmer slightly. Almost as if they're infused with some sort of otherworldly glow. Reaching down, we collect a handful of the creature's curious shimmering scales. Now Nori Anyheart has traveled far and wide to study the wondrous and exotic fauna that inhabit Kalimdor. She's now hanging around at Ratchet and is very interested in the mysterious scales that we have found. After telling her the whole story, she says, "Truly fascinating. I think I understand how the magic at play flows and permeates the scales. An incredible evolutionary trait developed to provide this creature a measure of protection against certain magic-based effects. With a bit of time, I'm quite certain I could fashion a talisman that could harness and project the magical energies that these scales are exuding. I'll need some additional materials, which we gather, and then she makes us a shifting scale talisman. With it equipped, we're able to venture into the section with the box, that crushing darkness. Opening it is going to require a powerful source of the light. Whispers, rumors, reports are flowing around about a light reef stone that has fallen from the sky somewhere in the mountains of Alterac. It is strong enough to destroy the box, which reveals a shard of the void and a shadowy figure who's pretty interested in what we're trying to do here. Don't worry about who I am. Consider instead what I can do for you. I'm quite sure that I don't want anything from whatever it is you are. Don't you? I wouldn't be so sure. The bauble you have there, the little black crystal, it's something special. Something that shouldn't be wasted, sitting at the bottom of your pack, along with bloody rags and crumbs of stale bread. I can tell you how to use it, how to harness it. This should be destroyed, not used. People have died for this. There you go. Being entirely boring again. I'm starting to think that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Fine, do as you will. Cast it into the fires of Blackrock, or deep into the maelstrom. Make sure it's thoroughly lost. You see though, these things don't tend to stay lost forever. Your point? My point is that you don't know who's going to find it. I can think of no more stalwart, heroic, just a noble creature than yourself to bear it and take advantage of its gifts. I can show you, a snap of the fingers, and I can show you how to use it to make something truly special. You need only say the word. Fine, show me, if only to stop your prattling. Time seems to momentarily slow, and you are treated to the not entirely pleasant sensation of a memory that is not your own, being forcibly injected directly into your mind. Before you can even fully register what is happening, it's over. Excellent. Oh, I've just left my mark on you. I think that next time you sit down at the crafting bench, you'll find yourself to be quite inspired. Just remember, you only have the one shard, so use it wisely. Farewell, adventurer. Go destroy evil, or whatever it is that you lot do. The model of the shadowy figure definitely resembles an elf, but it's up in the air if this is Xal'atath or not, or something else. It could be. She does have allies in the infinite dragonflight, those with the ability to cruise the timeways, and her dealing with us with the Twilight's hammer. It all could be manipulation tactics. Perhaps our heroic deeds within the Black Venom Deeps, it allowed her to gather what she truly requires, the essence of the old gods. In this case, the old god Kafun, because it's connected to classic. The reason why I like this idea so much is because it doesn't massively change the story so far, but it could show some small, interesting connections between retail and the Season of Discovery, especially with the new season taking us into a Nomergon raid. Who knows if that will also be connected? Then to the question, say that she is gathering these essences in combination with the old god's blood. What could Xal'atath possibly want to accomplish? Of course, the sky's the limit. We know that she is going to offer the Nerubians an evolutionary path to greatness, right? She's going to upgrade them, which falls in line as to what happened with Galagrond. So perhaps their essence is what's going to give her this power to make that happen. Then the collection of the old god's blood in combination with their essences. Well, one path that came to mind, one path that she could follow, that would be trying to bring back the days of the Black Empire. But this time with the old gods combined into one singular being. This is one of the older speculations, as we always looked at the old gods and we went, oh yeah, that looks like an eyeball, that looks like a mouth right there, that could be his heart or maybe his brain. Put them all together and who knows what kind of creature they could morph into. One of the greatest weaknesses of the old gods, it's always been their chaotic nature and their difficulties of working together. If Xal'atath could unite them into a massive corrupted dark force that works in unison, Azeroth itself could be plunged into darkness. Or perhaps she would like to use that old god's connection in relation to the spirit of Azeroth itself. Perhaps that is the reason why she set a base so close to the heart of it all, the war within. All the same, figured it would be fun to get you all up to speed as to what's been happening in Season of Discovery with this whole crafting quest. Hope you enjoyed, and by all means, let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. As always, subscribe if you like it here, turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos, and until next time, see ya!
Hello, my name is Josh Greenfield, Senior Game Producer on WoW Classic. let's dive right in and talk about what we're going to be doing with professions in phase 2. I want to start by saying that we've been really thrilled with the reception to our professions editions in phase 1. It was really exciting watching people sort of discover and unlock how to create your awesome, void touch leather gloves and your extra planar spider silk boots and all those things. And we're going to go ahead and expand on this quite a bit for phase 2. There will be around 20 new recipes across all non-gathering professions. This also includes not just leatherworking, tailoring, and blacksmithing, but also alchemy, enchanting, and engineering as well. So we want to spread the love around here. We want to make sure everyone gets something really cool this time. So that's what we're going to do. Just like in phase 1, there will be an epic quest chain to unlock this, and we won't spoil anything about that today. You're going to have to get in the game. You're going to have to kind of go through that yourself. But if you liked what we did in phase 1, you'll probably like this too.